So there's this story that went mega viral online, and it's about this 88-year-old Army veteran who was working at, Home Depot or something like that. And what happened was his wife died 7 years ago. I guess they had a bunch of medical debt, and so he, had to pay that off, and felt like, he also lost his job at General Motors in 1999, and the pension got wiped out. So here's this 88-year-old guy who, desperately needs money, and he ends up working at like Home Depot or Lowe's or something like that. And you have this influencer who went to go visit him and basically try to help him out and raise money for him. And so this was a story that took off online, viral story, and people are looking at it as a feel-good story. So let me first play this for you, and then I'll give you some more. Watch this.
If I could have help scanning this. Thank you. What was your name?
Ed.
I'm Sam.
Okay.
I actually had someone nominate you from this store and said you're very hardworking.
Well, I try to be.
May I ask how old you are?
I'm 88.
And still working?
Yes, I have to.
Why do you have to keep working?
Retired from General Motors in 99. 2012, I went bankrupt, and they took my pension away from me.
Oh my gosh. Do you have a wife?
She passed away 7 years ago.
7 years ago.
She was sick when I lost my pension.
So you've been struggling a bit?
A little bit.
You said that you lost your pension?
Yes, sir, I did. I was in the Army back in 66.
So you're a veteran too?
Yes. The thing that hurt me the most was my wife was real sick. And they, when they took the pension, they also took the health care coverage.
Yeah.
And all but $10,000 of my life insurance.
Oh my gosh.
So I sold the house, sold the property I had, and we made it through. My wife died 7 years ago. Since then, I've been trying to reestablish myself.
And you're working here how many days a week?
I work 5 days a week, 8 hours a day.
And you do that because you have to, or?
Yeah, I don't have enough income
What's your dream?
to live somewhat the life I was hoping for.
I'd like to share your story and try and, get people to help you retire.
Well, thank you.
Of course. You're amazing. I want to give you $400 here as a tip. Of course. You're amazing,
Thank you.
man. Of course.
I don't know what to say. It goes a long way to help me.
Give you a hug?
Thank you. I try very hard to go to her gravesite every day. And say hi.
Well, how important is that part of your day for you?
It helps me get through a day. It does.
With debt to pay and his pension gone, Ed went back to work after having thought he retired for good.
No 88-year-old in America should have to work because they need to, and that breaks my heart.
Sam Wiedenhofer is a positivity influencer on social media in Australia and heard Ed's story from a comment on one of his videos.
She said, hey, I just want to let you know there's a guy called Ed, or I think she may have even said Bob, and he's around 82 years old. That's all I knew.
So Sam booked a flight to Michigan and teamed up with a Metro Detroit-based influencer to find him.
So we walked around Meijer for about 2 hours, and we were looking for this friendly, jolly older man, and we ran into Ed at the checkout. We knew it was him right away.
The video has led to the creation of an online fundraiser, and donations are now pouring in from all over the world. The goal is to help Ed retire for good, so he can instead spend more time with those he loves.
I just wanted to give him a chance to retire, or at least have some comfort.
So they wound up raising about $1.5 million, maybe even just shy of $2 million when all was said and done. So the internet really stepped up and they donated to this guy. They basically bought him the ability to retire. I mean, obviously he's a really sweet old man. Shout out to this YouTuber, this influencer who decided, I'm going to make a thing of this and try to help this guy out. I mean, that's, on the one hand, that's fucking awesome, and it does give you a little bit of hope in humanity that people saw this guy's story, they felt touched by it, they raised the money, whatever it was, $10 at a time, $20 at a time, what have you. But the part about this that is low-key driving me crazy, and, the only people that are mentioning this part are leftists, is, bro, this is actually a dystopian story. This is not just a feel-good story. The feel-good part of it is, yes, people stepped up and helped him out. But the dystopian part of this is, how many guys like Ed Bambus are out there, right? How many women like Ed Bambus are out there? People are going through some shit, and we don't have a good social safety net in this country. That's sort of the main story here, is that corporate greed is a problem, as, the whole GM thing, taking the pension, taking the life insurance, that's a huge problem. And then also, the lack of a serious social safety net is a problem, where this guy wasn't even able to survive on the meager social security money that you get. And then you think, well, how many seniors are in the exact same position? I know that prior to Social Security, it was like over 40% of seniors in this country lived in poverty. And then after Social Security, it dropped to, I believe, below 10%. And so that made a huge difference. But now it's like we're not doing enough still. We're not doing enough. So they should increase Social Security payments for sure. We should do Medicare for all and eliminate all of the medical debt. I mean, that's obviously part of the problem. His wife was sick, had to pay for procedures and whatnot, had a bunch of medical debt. And so if you just do universal health care, single payer Medicare for all, wipe out the medical debt, and increase Social Security payments, that alone could have a transformational impact on so many people. But unfortunately, there's just not that many people looking at this story and reading between the lines and understanding that this is about like a late stage capitalist hellscape where, you know, it's a dog-eat-dog world. It's every man and woman for himself or herself. It's like, you know, the billionaires have all the fucking money and the corporations are ruthless and robbing everybody blind, and everybody else is just fucking fighting for the crumbs as a slave peasant. Here's an 88-year-old man who still has to bust his ass and work 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. That's unacceptable. The fact that we let what's supposed to be a civilized society come to that says a lot about just how uncivilized we actually are. Meanwhile, Elon Musk is about to become the world's first trillionaire. Tesla approved $1 trillion pay package for his ass. So we got trillionaires, but Ed Bambus has to work fucking 5 days a week at age 88? Are we insane? What is wrong with us? And we all know all you actually have to do is real social democracy. That's a start. Just do real social democracy. Medicare for all, free college, a living wage, unions, end the corruption, tax the billionaires, redistribute that money, give people healthcare, give people education, give people trade school, wipe out the student loan debt, wipe out the medical debt. You got to give people a chance to make it. And that's just a beginning, right? That's like just the beginning of giving people a chance. Because right now, this is a totally unsustainable system. There's no ends, ifs, or buts about it. And so again, how many Ed Bambuses are there out there? How many, men and women are out there in this horrible situation? How many of them? I mean, shit, I remember the Bernie Madoff thing. My dad knew somebody who invested with Bernie Madoff, and he lost everything. The guy lost everything. And so he went from being able to retire to like fucking, working at Home Depot, right? A guy who's in 70s, 80s, whatever it was. It's like, and that's all because of a corporate criminal, all because of a billionaire criminal. And like, how many people have had their lives ruined because of this horrible, horrible system that we've built? We got to reform it. And we need to stop looking at the individual cases. That's the thing. We tend to individualize things in a capitalist system where it's all, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. It's on you to make it, et cetera, et cetera. We need to zoom out and look at it from a system point of view, right? To try to determine how to fix things. That some things require collective action, require government action. And the fact that this guy could even exist in the first place is an indictment of the system and shows we need change. Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.